at Bellator 58. We've got two world champions inside the cage, a 3-round feature with our middleweight world champion Hector Lombard, and then five 5-minute rounds for the Bellator lightweight world title. It is the season 4 tournament champion, Michael Chandler, as he takes on one of the very best lightweights in the world, our reigning champion, Eddie Alvarez. Now, as we get set to get things kicked off here, we've got a couple of announcements. One will be our 4th fight to be broadcast on MTV2 and Epic. We'll announce that in just one moment. This weekend's fights, all action is sanctioned by the Florida State Boxing Commission. Executive Director is Thomas Malloy. Joining us on stage for today's weigh-ins as well is Mr. Frank Gentile. I'm Bellator cage announcer Michael Williams, and joining me as always on stage, the two latest submission specialists in the sport of MMA, the Bellator girls, Mercedes and Jay. Joining us momentarily will be CEO and Chairman of Bellator Fighting Championships, Mr. Bjorn Remney. Now, speaking of Bjorn, all week long on Twitter, he had fans coming up to him and asking him to put a certain fight as our 4th televised fight tomorrow night on MTV2 and Epic. Well, Bjorn did exactly what the fans wanted. He let the fans decide. So, all week on Twitter, the fans could vote on Bjorn's Twitter handle at Bjorn Remney. The voting has been tallied. There were 3 fights that were in the running to be included on tomorrow night's main broadcast. They were Hess Cooper, Melo Sharapov, and Aguilar Ellis. The fan voting is in, and Bjorn is going to allow the fans to determine the 4th televised fight tomorrow night. With an overwhelming majority of the votes, at nearly 60% of the total count, the 4th televised fight tomorrow night on the MTV2 and Epic's broadcast will be the women's 115-pound contest between Jessica Aguilar and Lisa Ellis. So that will be your 4th fight on tomorrow night. It will be in the number 1 or number 2 time slot. Of course, Hector and Eddie will be the last 2 fights of tomorrow night's broadcast. So with that, let's bring our fighters to the scale. Let's introduce the